All right, folks, game day. Ohio State has had this game circled for a long time. It has been the primary focus outside of the Michigan game for this 2024 Ohio State Buckeyes team, and the first real test of the season awaits in Eugene tonight. I was up far too early this morning, anticipating tonight's showdown in Eugene, so this is what I got myself up to. I decided to watch the 3 Oregon-Ohio State games that have taken place in my lifetime. 15-minute versions, of course. I ain't got time like that. But I watched, of course, the 2010 Rose Bowl. I watched the 2015 national title game. And then, after feeling good after those 2 wins, I begrudgingly and reluctantly watched Ohio State's beatdown in the shoe in 2021. Now, as you may or may not know, Ohio State and Oregon have squared off 10 times now throughout history. The Buckeyes, of course, taking 9 of those 10. But like I said, the most recent one went to the Ducks in Columbus, 35-28. Now, I had to look this up, but the Bucks and the Ducks have played in 2 Rose Bowls, 1958 and, of course, the 2010 Rose Bowl that I mentioned earlier. But we have played in Autzen Stadium before. I knew we played in Eugene, but I didn't know when Autzen was built. I knew, obviously, it's a newer stadium. It's not old like the famed Horseshoe, built in 1922. Autzen's first stadium season was 1967. Lo and behold, Ohio State was an opponent in 1967. Buckeyes coming away victorious, 32-0, shutting out Oregon in their brand new stadium. Now, that is not going to happen tonight. Dylan Gabriel, Justin James, Tez Johnson, Evan Stewart, Tyler Ferguson, and the crew will not be shut out. I don't care how good Ohio State's defense is. We're not shutting this squad out. Buckeyes have only allowed 3 touchdowns on the season, but Oregon might score 3 just in this game tonight. We shall see. Of course, my prediction is 38-24. Ohio State taking it with a late touchdown to kind of pad the game and make it look a little better. This is a very different offensively driven program than the one Ohio State faced in Columbus just 3 years ago. Mario Cristobal's attack was more run-based, and of course Dan Lanning's offense is very heavy on the pass, although they do run the football effectively as well. But Bo Nix last year had 45 touchdowns. That's just not something I was accustomed to seeing from an Oregon offense. And it's really interesting because Dylan Gabriel, I think he has 12 touchdowns and 3 interceptions on the season, about 1,500 yards. So the Ducks obviously are still slinging the ball all around the yard. It'll be interesting to see against BIA, is what Ohio State secondary is called, best in America for a reason. They probably legitimately are the best in America this season. So Gabriel, he had 2 red zone interceptions last week versus the Spartans in Autzen Stadium. How will he fare today? Will he be able to take care of the football? Or will Ohio State kind of stop these short and underneath throws that Gabriel in the Oregon Duck offense loves to run? Will they be able to connect on some deep shots versus Denzel Burke, Davison Igmanosin, Jordan Hancock, Caleb Downs, and Lathan Ransom? We shall see. JTT and Jack Sawyer are going to get after him. We have 17 sacks on the season. Oregon's only allowed 7, so that's going to be probably the pivotal matchup of this football contest. You know, here's the thing. Just, I'm not saying this arrogantly or anything like that. Please don't take it that way if you're an Oregon fan. But Big Ten football, games are won in the trenches, and Ohio State honestly has gotten away from that under Ryan Day the last couple of years. I think they've gotten back to that, understanding how Michigan wins and plays football, knowing that we need to be tougher. Hate that word, but we need to be tougher. We need to be more disciplined up front on the offensive line and more sound defensively in our gaps with our defensive line. So Tyleik Williams, I think, is going to be an X factor in the game today for Ohio State. Josh Connerly is a wonderful offensive tackle for the Ducks. Whether we put Sawyer on him or JTT, going up against him one-on-one, we shall see. But it's going to be a fascinating matchup. Like I said, 38-24 is my score prediction, with a late touchdown by the Buckeyes, making it appear that it wasn't such a close win. But I think it will be a fascinating contest under the lights in Eugene. Game day was really cool. Miss Lee Corshaw on that. I hope he's doing okay. Hasn't been a part of game day the last 2 weeks. And I hope that's just a I don't do West Coast trips thing and not a I'm not doing well type thing. Anyway, enough on me. Enough for me for today's game. Just want to give some final thoughts on this before the showdown tonight in Eugene, Oregon. Gonna be a great contest. Go Bucks and go. God bless. We will see who comes victorious. Either way, it's gonna be fun to watch.